see how we did. Now, the reason we're stationary here, Lefty he got a little hitch in his get-along right now. Yes, give him the tour, Dalen.
Okay. This is my dad's 1966.
Let me get all my gadgets on. Easy. Easy. Oh, that's a good piece. Leftover fried chicken. So he gets the good breast meat. Oh, one more and that's it, okay? There you go. And save the rest for later. Okay, that's enough. Oh, good. Right on my leg, brother. See, I'm wearing pants today, haha. Hi, everyone. Hope you all are doing great today. We're gonna do a stationary video today. We're a little low key today. I'll explain why in a couple minutes. But what I wanted to talk about, I've had people ask me in the comments. A lot of you have asked recently and over the years. You know, what is it like living in a rig of some kind? You know, whatever kind of rig you got. You're in the fleet. You're out here traveling around. What is it like from a standpoint of family and loneliness? Those kind of questions come up quite often. So I wanted to address it today. I think it's a good time to address it. And what has me thinking about it today, I think especially, is because today is my daughter's birthday. She is 25 years old today. You know, that's just a number. I still see her as like 7 years old in my mind, you know. So, you know, thinking about that, I'm gonna send her the link to this video as soon as it gets posted. All of you that know Dalen from the video she's been in with me goofing around, throw her a happy birthday comment for me down below, and let's all wish her a happy 25th birthday. So that's a good way to start talking about the topic of family and being away from family. And you know, I'm lucky that every spring we go back east and I get to spend time with my daughter and Mom and Howard, my stepfather. If I didn't have that, I think it would be a lot more difficult. So I'm happy that I'm able to do that. And I know every year I really look forward to going back there and seeing them. When we leave New York and head back out on the road, I always feel like an immediate sense of I miss them, you know, as it's fresh. So like the first month and a half, I miss them. And then it starts to kind of taper off because I'm dealing with, I'm not near them anymore. So I can't be overcome by feelings of missing them. I have to just cope with that. So I kind of fade that out as the time goes by. One thing that really helps me is being able to do video calls with them. Just being able to see their faces, especially my daughter. You know, she's, what do they call that? Her formative years, in her 20s. Maybe that's already passed, I don't know. But, you know, she changes quite a bit. You know, year to year, she's changed a lot. Like since we started traveling, 2019, she's changed quite a bit in that amount of time. Apple and Google both have made it really easy to do video calls. My daughter's on an iPhone, I'm on an Android phone, and we use Google Meet, which is a meeting app that has video calling in it. And I'm glad for that. When we first started traveling, I remember setting it up with her. There's nothing better for me. Like recently on my birthday, my phone does a little unique jingle when it's a video call coming in. And it was Dalen calling me on my birthday to wish me a happy birthday. Nothing better than that. And I'll tell you one of the things that I miss about being around the family. There's one thing specifically that I really miss. I used to love wrapping presents for my daughter for Christmas, birthday. I don't know. I just used to love doing that. I'd get the really good wrapping paper, make my own little tags that went on them. I just used to really have a lot of fun doing that. And, Here's a picture of kind of what I'm talking about. I think that in this picture, my daughter she's got to be like 15-ish. But I used to really get into that, you know, like I used to really love doing that. And, you know, to be honest, when my daughter was younger, like playing sports, cheerleading, playing softball, so I used to get her like sports related, you know, like Under Armour hoodies and Nike sneakers, you know, that kind of stuff. So it wasn't so much style related, it was athletic stuff, and get her a new softball bat, you know, stuff like that. You know, and as she got to a certain age, that stuff didn't fly anymore. Now it was fashion and style, so I had to bow out of those kind of gifts, you know. Sometimes I would just straight up ask her, you know, what do you want to get and what size? And then I would get it for her. And then there's always, you know, the welcome gift of here's a bunch of cash. The other part of what people have asked, do I get lonely? Friendship point of view, no, I don't get lonely from that. I'm typically around people that, you know, I interact with. You know, there are times when we're, you know, a couple weeks camped somewhere and there's nobody around. But for the majority of the time, there's people around that we visit with and spend time with. I'm okay with times when we're by ourselves. And I always say we because I have him. And, you know, honestly, if I didn't have Lefty, I don't know what our days would be like because he's always been with me since we started on the road. I know my days would be tremendously different than they are because, you know, my morning starts with getting up and getting him out and doing a hike and then doing his food. And then there's always an afternoon hike, and my planning of things always takes into account him. And if I didn't have all that, my days would be a lot different. So he takes up a lot of what could be called possible loneliness. You know, that might sound kind of wacky, a dog, but a dog is a companion animal, and he's my companion, you know. He fills up a lot of my need to connect, and then the rest of my need to connect with people is filled by people, you know, people that are around. Right now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people that I know, and then 1, 2, 3 more that have stopped by to meet me and are camped in the area. There's pretty much always people around, people coming and going. And I do a lot of, you know, contact with all of you through comments and emails and all of that stuff. And so all of that adds up to keeping me feeling that not lonely, I guess is what I wanted to say. If you're thinking about traveling, I've said this before, I would highly suggest a companion animal to take with you, because not only does it give you the companionship, but it gives you tasks and, you know, keeps you on task. If I didn't have to get up and get out and walk him every morning, what would my mornings look like? They'd be a lot different, and there could be days when you'd find me still in my sleeping shorts at noon. So the combination of having Lefty with me, being able to video chat with my daughter and with mom, people that are around here to keep me company, all of that adds up to feeling good. And there are times, honestly, when I just want to have a day alone, and it feels good, you know. I think all of us can relate to that. You know, there's times when I feel like just, you know, throwing on the football and cooking a garbage plate and lounging. Speaking of garbage plate, you see me smiling? It's garbage plate time. I had one comment that someone said they would never eat anything with the word garbage in the name. Why would they eat garbage? So there's obviously a big misunderstanding about what a garbage plate is. It's not garbage. That's just the name of it. It's basically like potatoes, macaroni, ground beef, a little bit of onions, and meat sauce poured over top of it. None of which comes out of a garbage can or a dumpster or anything like that. It's all fresh food, and we're starting with potatoes, and in today's case I'm doing extra crispy tater tots in the air fryer. That's step 1. Today I'm going to do my favorite snowflake rolls. I'm going to take 2 of these bad boys, slice them, extreme butter them, and fry them on the flat griddle. If you're in Quartzsite and you like bread, go to the Coyote Grocery and get the snowflake rolls. And I always check the date on them. They cook them daily, but sometimes they might have some bags left over from the previous day. So I always, if you see me in there and you see me checking my phone to see what date it is, you know why I'm doing it. Make sure you get them buttered from edge to edge. That's important when you're grilling. When you're doing butter grilled bread, you got to get it from edge to edge. Oh, you know how much of this is for you? Absolutely zero. You guys are professionals. You know you need to soften your butter first. Okay. Here's our fried bread. Look at that. Oh my gosh. It doesn't get any better. Okay, so now, potatoes first. This is the way I do it, at least. Ground beef. Now, I'm going to take some of my Mama K's meat sauce. This was sent to me from my daughter in New York. You can't buy this kind of stuff anywhere else except, in my experience, in Western New York. Gonna let it warm up. Gotta put some macaroni salad on here. Here's some meat sauce over here. Just warming it up. See, it's really thick when it's refrigerated, and then it thins right up. Oh my gosh. Yep. That is a little bit of heaven right there. I hope that you can appreciate that through the camera lens. Let's see how we did. Oh, oh, my mouth is watering so bad. So, in the desert, southern Arizona. Oh my gosh. Let me give you a piece of that before it gets in the meat sauce. Oh my gosh. Okay. I gotta turn y'all off. This is gonna get ugly real fast, and I'm gonna make all kinds of noises, so I hope you enjoyed learning about what exactly a garbage plate is. Nothing to do with actual garbage. And it sure doesn't taste like garbage either. I'm gonna enjoy this. And I'm gonna put some little crispy onions on here, I think, just for something a little different, because I just happen to have them up in the cabinet. I hope you enjoyed watching me prepare the Fleet Feast. Oh my gosh, these are so good. That should be illegal, that tastes so good.
I got a 20-yard run. Tre'Davious White was...
Oh, man. Now, the reason we're stationary here, Lefty he got a little hitch in his get-along right now. You know, I've told you he has shown signs of having some kind of soreness in his hind end at times. You know, I got his weight down when we got out here on the road after being back in New York and being super spoiled. He was. I got his weight back down, the exercise, the hiking and all that, and he's doing really well. And I think what caused this was yesterday a viewer came and visited, and they're camped down the other end of this area, and they have a dog, really sweet dog, and Lefty and I were on our morning walk, and we saw him down there. And so Lefty and his dog, they had a little playtime together. And it's a big dog. It's bigger than Lefty by about 30 or 40 pounds. And so they were doing some good romping, and Lefty was, you know, he was in form. He was jumping and spinning and all this stuff. That's the only thing out of the ordinary that happened yesterday. And then, you know, it's not like he immediately showed any signs. You know, he was normal, and then we took a walk down on the other side of the road and came back. And it was only later in the day, like after we spent the afternoon, we took a nap, to be honest with you, yesterday afternoon. And then I noticed that he was walking oddly, and I hooked him up to take our afternoon walk, and I could see that he was just carrying his hind end differently, like it was bothering him. You know, I can see it in him right now. And so last night, sleep was different last night. You know, we've been together so long that, you know, I know his routines and all that. And normally in the morning, he comes outside to take a whizzer early, you know, still in the dark. And then he comes back in, he gets his dental chew and a little piece of chicken jerky, and then he crashes. He goes back to sleep because I'm still a couple hours away from standing upright, you know. He didn't do that this morning. He didn't go back to sleep. So I think he's feeling a little bit of discomfort from it. I just dug out I had some pain and inflammation meds for him that were left over from a past incident that were from his vet. So I just gave him one of those about a half an hour ago. So I hope it all works out for us. I'm just hoping that he just tweaks something and that it goes back to normal here, as normal as he was, you know. Oh, you ready to get some, I'm not going to say it, DINNER. Since we're here talking about my daughter, I've got a video clip that I want to put on here and show you all just for pure entertainment purposes. So enjoy this. Everyone take care, be safe, and we'll see y'all again really soon. And remember, let's all wish Dalen a happy birthday. Thank you all for being here. Yes, give him the tour, Dalen.
Okay. This is my dad's 1966 S55 Mercury.
How can you tell it's an S55?
If you will follow me back here, I will show you the logo near the tail end of the car, of the vehicle.
What does it say?
S55.
Ah, where else does it say it?
If you will follow me up here as well, there's one in the vehicle.
Okay, could you show it to us?
Sure. If you open the door here, the other logo is right there. Oh, right there.
Mm-hmm. On the
dashboard.
That's
on the middle console.
Shifter console, exactly. Is the interior done?
The interior is finished.
Mm-hmm. What did he do to it?
He replaced all of the seats, all of the carpeting. It was very beat up before then. It was not as shiny, as red, as rich in color.
Luxurious?
As it is right now.
Uh-huh.
Okay, if you could just feel this, you would fall in love.
That's the original nylon loop carpeting.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
And he still has a little bit to do. The mirrors you can see.
Show me that again.
Okay. This mirror right here.
Mm-hmm.
It actually needs a mirror in it. The mirror is right here. Right there.
Ah.
But it's no good. It's no good. So.
Let's look at the motor.
Okay. Oh, and there's a little rainbow over there. Okay, here's the motor over here. The motor is right there.
What kind of engine is it?
It is a C6.
That's the transmission.
The transmission is C6, okay?
The engine is a 4. How can you tell what the engine is in this car?
Well, you can see right there. It is a 428 engine.
Ah.
It is very high power. Very, very good logo, and very, very great motor.
What did he do to the engine?
What he did, he replaced it. He got a whole new one.
Well, he had it.
He had it repoed.
Rebuilt.
Rebuilt. And the transmission is a very new one.
It's a used transmission.
It's a used transmission, but it's new to him.
New to me, correct. What else did he just put in it?
He just put this new battery in here.
Correct. How many amps is that battery?
That amp is 15 amp.
Okay, nice try.
It is 750
Cold cranking amps.
cold cranking
935
and 935
cranking amps.
cranking amps.
Yes. Now, what's new on the top of that engine? What's that big shiny thing?
That is the carburetor.
Okay. And what kind of carburetor is it?
That is a Holly carburetor.
How'd you know that?
Because I know my stuff.
How many years did they make the S55 model?
1 year.
Just one?
Yes.